what's up everybody? Welcome back to another set of Genshin Impact reactions. Today we have the Archaeolune Storm Research Center OST and Going to the Dark Side of the Moon from, obviously, the moon stuff that happens on Genshin that I still have no real details on or clue of why they go there, and that's fine by me. Let it be a mystery until I actually get there myself. But I'm going to hear some of these as requested by Harshit in the comments of the last video, who actually uploaded these specifically to their own channel so I could hear them, so that's helpful. And without further ado, let's go! Man. Bro's got a visualizer and everything. It's a very unique play bar on this video, too. I'm not trying to get distracted or anything, it's just, I haven't seen that one yet. Ooh, sorry, that bend. Ooh. Delicious. I love the sound design for this area. It's doing the same things as the last moon theme I was talking about. A slightly different way, obviously, but I didn't expect her to go that high on the voice. That made more sense. I was expecting that to be a few notes lower. But I love that they pushed it further. Again, the texture they put into this area is just, it's so peak, dude. I love the way that this area sounds. This is such a different tone from everything else in Genshin, and I know that that's the goal, and they achieved it, but it's just, it's so cool to hear this. Okay, I'm going to keep this short, sweet, and to the point because you already know a lot of my opinions about how I love this quality in the sound here. I love the sound design for it. I love what it's doing. I love the direction they're taking for this area. And I feel like that might change a little bit for the Dark Side of the Moon thing. I'm not entirely sure. I won't know if I don't listen to it, but we're not there yet. I mainly just want to give you the melody that they're playing for this because it's simple and it's deceptively so. It's just some hops in octaves, which is something that I talk about quite often on the way to make the listener feel like there is that hopefulness out in the distance and you have to bring it back to ground you. That's something that octaves do, especially in melodies like this where notes are drawn out and very separated. Having that separation happen just an octave above or something is super easy to do, and it makes everything just kind of feel surprisingly more close despite that distance. So that's why it lands somewhere in the middle of this like hopeful energy of like it's within reach but completely out of reach because it's in a different octave entirely, but at the same time it's a familiar sound. But this is basically just that's basically all that happens, and from there you have the octave of where we were is where like one of the passages of that melody lands, and we have that octave from where we start just being where we end. And it's, again, just the octaves here. I think I love this half step up here being the biggest separation. That feels great. And then just splitting the difference to bring it back down for just the full emotional drop of that. It just feels familiar. Again, that's that moment there, that one note there, that D there is all you need to connect to the higher octave to the lower. It's not a lot of effort, but it's carrying a lot of weight having that note there. If you used any other note in that sequence, it wouldn't feel nearly as solid as just connecting it down the middle and having that be the center of it. Because if you used that, it would also work, but I'm sure you can hear from that doesn't feel nearly as good as just based on what these notes are and how they relate in the key. It's music theory stuff, but that's why I love this theme. It's a simple progression, it's a simple melody, it sounds gorgeous, and all of the texture in this area, which again just adds to that whole mystery element of the moon thing. I just love what they're doing here. There's just so many good things that this area is doing musically, and it's so consistent with it. I know I've talked about that quite a few times, how they're so consistent. When they make area music, they really stick to a tone and they keep it there. And I love that they do that, which is why I'm so interested to hear what the Dark Side of the Moon thing is, because that makes me feel like they're going to change it. I'm not sure if they are, but I am assuming that they will, so I'm going to hear it and find out. So let's go! Okay, so we're starting more... Just, whoa, okay. Yeah, it's different already. Man, the quality just dropped on that. Ooh. I blame YouTube. I can still hear it fine, but... that video got crusty. I was right, though. It's using a different, like, instrument. It's bringing something new in. It's changing the profile we had. And that's a darker string. Is that even a string? It's playing more like a flute of sorts. With all the effects on it, it can be kind of hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, the quality's back. Interesting. Ooh. I like that that's in there too. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, they changed it. Okay. Less music theory stuff, I think, this time around. More of just how they approach this and why it's so different from the other one we just heard. I suppose in a way you could probably call this music theory, the way that these are different, but I'm gonna go more of just the essence of feel out of this. I think that there is a significant difference in tone from the like cello and lower string that we had before. It was cleaner, it was still like adventurous and far off, but it's something that's a lot more ready for us. We're prepared to hear that sound. This isn't something that you would be able to prepare for, and I think that's exactly why it works for something like Going to the Dark Side of the Moon. Something that is shrouded in darkness. No shit, right? Like, there's a mystery over there that is far, no pun intended, overshadowed compared to the prior. And having something that's this dark in timbre compared to the other one is a very stark contrast when you're just listening to it and feeling out that emotional connection to the area. This is different, and they have differences, not like just with the one where I'm like, oh, is that a stringed instrument of some sort? It feels like a slightly different like cello or something, but like it's definitely not. It's got to be some different sort of string. It feels more like the difference between like a violin and a nickel harpa. It's very different. It's not at all the same instrument. They just both have strings. I cannot tell exactly what this is, but it also had a flute-like quality, so I'm wondering if that might be a factor too. Maybe it's just like a flute that has a bunch of effects added to it, albeit it does at the beginning feel more like a stringed instrument. That's, again, a reason that this works so well. They made it so ambiguous that it's hard to see what it actually is, or in this case, here, what it actually is. So you're just like, ooh, and having that reflect an area that is literally shrouded in darkness is an amazing choice. But there's also a huge difference on this one in how the song was written, like the tone they went for in the actual composition. The other one was more adventurous. It was brighter. You could see that octave beyond. The land before you was open, sprawling, but it was still reachable. It was feasible. This feels more like a Wild West theme where like you don't know what's out there. There's a darkness hiding out there. I know I'm making a lot of references to like dark stuff. I'm not trying to. It's just what describes this tone and approach so aptly, right? Like this is so perfect to describe this darker tone, not understanding what's out there. It's all shrouded in darkness. Again, it's just, you're going to run into these phrases, but that's what makes this song so interesting to me. The fact that they were like, let's take what we had, this adventurous sound, and just turn it on its head. Literally going for the opposite side of that, where in one, you can still feel that adventurous quality to it. It's more like the Odyssey, where it's like, oh, there's this sprawling world out in front of me. Whoa. And then the other one's more like, that's a desert. You don't know what's out there. It could kill you. Who knows? But you have to find out. The part of you is calling to go and figure that out. And then there's moments like right at the end of the song where it had this complete dissonant notch in the song that otherwise was pretty full. It didn't like go for anything specifically dissonant. It wasn't trying to like crush any notes together that didn't belong until that one spot, just to remind you that this isn't a good idea. Maybe rethink this before going over there, is kind of what that was. That's that conscience in the music that's trying to get you to reconsider the situation, even though you know you have to. I assume in the game this isn't an optional thing, but it's like, man, the quality of that, having that option kind of ripped away from you, but knowing it's there, being confused about that. This reminds me in a way, I think it was a Genshin song, but I might be mistaken. There was a song I listened to like 2 years ago, probably, maybe 3, where there was this song that was like the theme of like a desolate, decrepit town that was like burned down to the ground, and like that was part of its lore. And you get to hear this theme that's the ashes of what remains. And in a way, this song kind of reminds me of that, where like you're aware of what happened here. You're being told the story as you're walking through this, or you're aware of it right before you experience what the town looks like. And you're just kind of understanding, wow, I didn't get a chance to actually have an opinion here. It's just how things are. That moment in the song, the end of this one, had a very similar response from me to that. And this is a really, really functional, very cool way how to do that musically, especially contrasting that with the other themes that we've heard so far from the Moon. I love this. Again, it's not much music theory as far as like breaking down what the song is doing on notes or anything. I wouldn't say there's too much to really discuss on that front, but the tonal shift from what we had just heard to this, oh my God, that sounds phenomenal. So I'm excited to hear more from this. I'm sure there will be more that you guys will be requesting in the comments, but let me know if there is, or if there's something else that happened. I think that there was something about the Snezhnaya stuff coming out, so maybe I'll get to that next week, but let me know if you want me to get to all that, and I'll do so. But otherwise, you can just follow me and support me if you don't want to do any of that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!